Alright, I could not resist making one more YouTube video. I know, I'm wearing the same shirt from the last 3 videos, but I just wanted to talk about why you and everyone should upgrade their should go, should go from a $50 to $100 uh audio interface, like a Behringer or a Focusrite, to a $400 to $800 interface, like a Apollo. I have the Solo, but the Twin is the most common. A little bit of background: I've been doing like music ever since like high school, and I remember being really inspired by artists like Christina Grimmie when she was coming up on YouTube and she was doing covers. And I remember I had a small Behringer mixer, and it was just too many controls, and the audio quality was not that good. I didn't have anyone to explain to me that mixer was for live. It's mostly, I mean, it could be for recording easily, but the way it's set up is easily more for live. Now, if you have a Focusrite Scarlett, which most people in music who aren't doing it professionally start out with, including me, that's a great place to start. However, the whole point of this video is just going to be me saying that it is 100% worth it to switch to upgrade your setup to an Apollo, or something in that ballpark, because, and nobody really explained this to me, it's a hard concept to grasp, but all of your audio that you're recording is being sent through the interface. All of the audio that you're hearing through your speakers, which you probably spent like more money on because you thought like good monitors would make your songs better, all of that is going through your interface, through your headphones. Even when you're tracking yourself and recording with headphones and you're listening to back to yourself, that goes through your interface. So essentially, what I didn't realize is that when I was using the Focusrite, and goes for all interfaces, but when I was using the Focusrite, it is imparting a tone on it. It's imparting its own character onto the audio quality, onto the signal, which is coming out of my speakers, which is coming out of my headphones, which is getting printed onto the track. That, like, when you're singing into the mic and it's going through that interface, and it has like a preamp built in, because you can't afford you definitely can't afford like a separate thing. It's imprinting its own quality. So literally, if we're just talking about vocals, like just recording a vocal using the same mic, the raw recording will sound different going in through a Focusrite. It'll sound different than going in through an Apollo. It will capture the audio in a different way. Especially, and here's another thing, universal audio is worth it, not only because of its hardware, but also because of its software capabilities. So if you have the Apollo, for example, it has the ability to process software separately from your computer, which frees up space and gives you frees you up from latency issues when you're tracking yourself, which I actually freaking struggled with for the longest time. I literally turned my headphones off and was just listening to myself through the headphone, like literally through the headphones, not like through my headphones, but like listening to my voice through my body, basically. And what am I trying to say? Basically, it having the ability to process software on the side frees up latency for monitoring yourself, as well as UAD has some of the best software emulations that it's able to run on the side. So for example, if you have a Focusrite, you're stuck with the characteristics of its built-in preamp. With the Apollos, because they own so much software and they actually pay for like brand name stuff too, you can choose different preamps to impart a different tonal quality on your recording. So, I mean, the one I've been using is just one of the ones that it came with, which is the UA610B. And just immediately, because you can dial it in. There's so many more controls that you can dial into, and it just imparts like just it just makes everything better. And then just also a point that I wanted to mention is all of your mixing decisions are going to be based on what you hear through your monitors and your headphones. All of that audio sound is going to sound different with a different interface, especially when you upgrade from a Focusrite to an Apollo. It's something that I didn't even think it was the Apollo. Like, I didn't realize it would be that drastic of a change, but you can literally you can listen to any song and it will sound different. You can have the same speakers, same computer, and just run it through a Focusrite versus an Apollo. It will sound so different, and your speakers are going to just open up with clarity that you didn't know was possible until you actually heard it through your own speakers. Like, one example of what I thought was the difference. I have Kali LP6s as my studio monitors, and I thought they were okay. And I was running the Scarlett through them. And my friend in LA, he had an Apollo twin, and he had Yamaha HS10s. And I always loved how those sounded. And I thought those were the HS10s. But literally, when my friend got me my Apollo Solo, it freaking changed so much. Like, it brought, like, I feel like the last 30% out of my monitors, like what they could do, it brought that much clarity out of them. And just there's other features too on the Apollo that just make more sense. It just much more sense in every way. Recording wise, one of the big differences as well is there is on the Apollo, there's a big knob that you can press in and press out, and when you turn it, there's a lot more green notches. On the Focusrite, there's tiny knobs. So when you're adjusting tiny knobs, and if a singer is singing really loud or something, and you have to adjust that little gain knob on the fly, it's just not as precise. It's not as easy. It's not as precise. And I just know, and I'm just trying to tell you because I use the Focusrite for probably like 2 or 3 years. I use the Behringer, I think it's a Xenix something. It was like a 3 or 4 channel thing. I used that for like 3 or 4 years, and this is my 4th month with the Apollo, and it's I just really appreciate the difference between them. So this kind of turned into a rant because I'm like kind of hungry and burnt out. But yeah, I just wanted to say that bottom line, there's nothing wrong with starting out with a Focusrite or something in the ballpark of $100. But if your monitors are like $200 monitors and your mic is a $200 mic, and also like you start to mix your own stuff, get an Apollo or something around that kind of range of price, because the preamp and the quality of the signal that you're gonna get is so freaking good compared to what you are used to. Seriously. And you don't even have to have that good of a mic. Like my mic I've had since high school. It's the AT2035, and it's not even that good, but I'm not kidding. With a better preamp, and I also run it through like the LA2A, which also helps. That's part of the Apollo software. But it literally gives it like 30% more clarity and character, and it pushes you in that good direction. So if you literally have like are taking music a little bit more seriously, go that route. That's what I do. And yeah, just for those wondering, yeah, my setup is Cali LP6s. It is the Apollo Solo, and I mix mostly on AT. I don't know what these are, like 5050s, I think. And then my mic is an Audio-Technica 2035. And then also, what's kind of cool is I've started mixing on open backs as well, which is like, it's weird, but I feel like you want weird when you're mixing, when you're referencing, because you're just like, what the heck, like why does it sound like that? And then you reverse engineer it kind of. But yeah.